I need to just use the plug all the way over there in the guitar. Go back and control it. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Right here. Okay. We're gonna plug it in. Number 9. Is that 9? That's 9. 9. Okay. What is popping, y'all? Riding real deep cool. Give me a minute. I'm setting up the sound stage because I forgot I had to do all that. I'd like to thank y'all guys for stopping by. It's about time to get down with another bass. Yep, the other bass, the latest bass was the Music Man bongo bass, which I never thought I'd get a bongo bass, but the Music Man bongo bass with the Valencia orange BMW color. What? Waiting for my touch-up paint to come in. That should be here very soon. I think it's supposed to come here Monday, so can't wait to get here and everyone like get the, take the little nicks off that bad boy. In the meantime, if y'all been checking me out on the bass groups today, I was going through a lot of bass groups, and I had to make a decision today. There was a bass that was available on Reverb, and it was a tune bass. And I heard about tune basses a long time ago, and my man Bart Solders uses this bass called the Nanyo Bass Collections 501 bass, and that tune bass remind me of the Nanyo Bass Collections bass. And then come to find out, yes, the Bass Collections basses and the Nanyos and the tune bass all made in the same factory. And I was looking at it because the hairstyle looked just like the Nanyo Bass Collections bass, the 501. And I really liked that bass, so I was gonna go for that bass. The only problem was he wanted $600 for it, which is a fair price, but it was $90 for the shipping. And I'm just tired of like paying for these $100, $90 shippings, from basses. But that's what happened on Reverb, And if they could ship it for less, I'm sure they would. Like still got my box here by the door. I haven't gotten rid of my box by the door when I bought my bass, my optical bass by Wilcox, my Wilcox Lightwave Saber bass. I still got that box over there. Just in case I sell a bass, I'll have a box. I'll just keep it there by the door until I get tired of looking at it. Then I'll throw it back in my other room in the closet, Or in my second bathroom vocal booth shower stall. I'll throw it in there. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this bass out. I'd like to thank my man, I forgot his name, who sold me the bass. Gave me a really, really good deal. If you guys on any of the bass groups today, you saw I posted it on the bass groups that I was thinking about buying this Beatle bass. And again, this bass is called the Hofner HCT 500/1, not 5,000/1. That's the one that Bart Solders have. It costs like about $5,000. Don't even make it anymore. But this is the contemporary 500/1 contemporary HCT Beatle bass. Now the only thing is missing on this bass is the pick guard. But I like it without the pick guard because I like woods. Y'all know I like woods. In fact, if I can take off my Music Man pick guard, not my Music Man pick guard, my Fender Jazz pick guard, if I could take it off and it was all like just wood, I would leave it like that. But unfortunately, it's got routings all over the place, so I can't do it. But I like the woods. That's why all my basses are really wood showing, except, all of them are wood now. Yeah, they are woods. Yeah. So anyway, so let's get started. I'm going to open this bass up, and we got to clean it. He admitted it needs a little cleaning. Okay, so you know how I am. I am crazy OCD to the DCO. I might have a cluttered apartment full of musical gear. That's because I'm a musician. Duh. And but everything is in order in this place. Everything is where it's supposed to be at all times. So we're gonna show you here the beer I'm gonna be drinking while I'm doing this, and I gotta be in the bed by at least 11 o'clock. Is North Coast Brewing Company, independent since 1988. The name of this beer is called Old Rasputin Russian Imperial Stout. And I really like Russian Imperial Stouts. Okay? Product of the United States, even though it has like Russian writing on here, it looks Russian. Well, Rasputin is supposed to be Russian because it's a Russian stout. See it? Okay. So, again, it's made in the United States. There's a lot of writing on here, but all Rasputins developed a cult following wherever it goes, it's a rich, intense brew with big, complex flavors and a warming finish, which means it's either a coffee. A lot of times it might be a coffee stout. It might be a coffee vanilla. You know, you never know what it is. It's brewed in a tradition of the 18th century English brewers who supplied the Russian court of Catherine the Great. Holla at your boy. All right, so we're going to get ready to get down. And if you guys have any questions about anything, fragrances, or you want to talk about bases, whatever, holla at your boy. There's only 9% alcohol, so that means I will not be getting drunk by the end of this video. I was going to pick up some chips, but I had me a very nice vegan wrap. As y'all well know, I'm no longer eating seafood anymore, so now I am additionally all vegan. But I'm not a pure vegan. Pure vegans eat raw veggies and stuff like that. But I'm as close to a raw vegetable eater as I'm going to get, because I eat cooked vegetables, okay? That's what I'm talking about. And these cooked stouts, let's take a sip. That tastes pretty good. It almost tastes like the bottle a little bit. I'm tasting bottle. Hold on. There we go. The first sip, sometimes you get the bottle cap. Now wait that bottle cap kind of go away. Okay. So now, we're going to get ready to get started. So let's crack it open. Oh, let's show up what I'll be using. I'll be using feed and wax, wood polishing, and conditioner with beeswax and orange oil. Holla at your boy. We'll also maybe be using some Kaiser, some of the best lemon oil for rosewood necks. So it's Kaiser. We also have some guitar polish. After I put the beeswax on there, then I'll put some more polish on there. And then I'll probably polish it again with some of the cleaner polish. Well, I'll probably put the cleaner polish on there first, then the honey, then the yamin, then the holla at your boy. And then we're going to put on the fretboard, we got some guitar honey. Musical instrument fretboard treatment by Gillies, I don't know what it is. I think it's supposed to be the people who do the guitar place that does the like Stumax or something like that. I'm not sure. But so we got our stuff, but first of all, I got to take these, open it up and let y'all see it. So another rock bass case. Story behind the rock bass case is I bought my Warwick from this guy a long time ago. And he claimed his brother was in the service and he needed the money, so he sold me the rock bass. I mean, my Warwick. Now the first Warwick I bought. I really wasn't a Warwick guy, to tell you the truth. I was not a Warwick. I always thought Warwick basses were ugly. Then somehow I ended up with like 3 billion Warwicks. Now I just have one, the one I really like. And that's another thing I want to mention to you guys. A lot of you go through basses, man. We all go through basses until we find the one that we really like. And then we think that's the one. But then something else come up like, well, man, if I got the opportunity to do this, I'm going to get that one. So, and then sometimes our favorite basses that we never thought we would have go by the wayside because another great deal opened up on another bass. So things happen when you're a bass collector, you're a musician, whether you perform or not, whether you like me or studio basses or whatever, you know, you might get them. And all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, done with that. Now it's time to move on. Now what I'm going to do is, the thing about this is the bridge moves around. So I'm going to have to really work that out to make sure I get that set back right so it's on the neck right. That's one thing. And I can kind of see how it goes. So let's just check and make sure, because of this virus crap, the Chinese virus, Okay, solo. Bass on. You ever had the bass, bought the teacup knobs, and then they painted these cream so it looks like the old German joint. Now you're supposed to play these basses with picks, like Paul McCartney did with the Beatles. So that's how you play the violin basses. You play them with a pick. And I'm a guitarist, so playing with a pick is not a problem. Except when the strings are this freaking big, dog. See, when you have an ear and you just hit a note and all of a sudden you was like, yeah, I remember the song that sound like that. You can just play it. That's called self-taught and ear training. Yes, sir. So let me go over the specs for this bass. The Hofner, and y'all know Hofner goes way back to Germany. So this is not a German-made bass, but it is German design. Look at the flame maple, by the way, on the back of this. Flame maple veneer. Flame on the sides. Awesome. The top you have spruce. So you have a spruce wood top. Flame maple sides and back. I wish the neck had been flame maple, but this looks like it might be a three-piece neck. Of course, it is neck through. But it's not really truly neck through. It's really neck is just put into the slot that's already been cut out for this. And there's a beautiful video on how they make these basses in Germany, the German-made basses. And it can't be far from the way they probably make these in China. I think these are made in China. There's no made in China tag on here. But this definitely probably not made in Germany. It don't like it has been. So we're going to take these strings. These are flat wound strings because that's the kind of string you use when you're playing a violin bass, and you want to sound like Paul McCartney. I love you, yeah, yeah, yeah. I love you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Love you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I bought this bass because I wanted to buy a Gibson SG bass, you know, with the big burst bucker pickup up here, and they had a small pickup down here by the bridge. So it kind of reminded me of it, and it has that. It had that kind of sound that almost sounds like an SG. It has that sound. Almost sounds better than a 50%. You see, I must have been getting ready to tell a story because the way I just slurred over that. A Fender Precision. This is a smoker's Fender Precision. I know a lot of people look at this video and say, you must have been drinking all day long. Nope, it's not going to be, it's not a Fender Precision, but it does have that. But as you hear you use flat round strings, there's not a lot of sustain like you would get with round. But this bass, like the other hollow body basses, this bass is made with a wood block down the center of the bass. Like the original ones were all hollow body. And you got that hollow body sound, but they decided to do the contemporary, and this heavy too. Not heavy, but heavy enough, probably maybe 5-6 pounds, to put a center block down the middle to increase sustain for your notes. Okay? So let's go ahead on, and I like the Perloid, I'll go change the tuners, but I like these Perloid type tuners. They look very nice. And like I said, the back is very nice. There's no made in China on the back. It really looks nice. I mean, this bass really, really looks nice. And for the price my man gave it to me for, man, that was a great deal. Because these basses, and I don't have a pick guard, but again, look how beautiful this is. I don't think I would want a pick guard on here. Now, unless I was selling it, and I probably would buy a pick guard, I would sell it because somebody would rather have a pick guard. But I like the lightness. Look how bright this is. Now, some of them are not more dark as a starburst. I mean, sunburst. I like this color. When I first saw it, I'm like, man, this is nice. I gotta have this joint, man. The color is so very nice. So I'm gonna have to adjust the action a little bit. So again, this bridge moves all over the place. So you just gotta know where to put it once you're done. So we're gonna take the strings off and let's get started. Now these are flat wound strings, of course, and these basses are usually played with flat wound strings to get that stubby sound. Boom, 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 boom. Kind of reminds me of my fretless Takamine over there. Well, all my fretless basses, all the fretless basses have flat wound strings. That means they don't have any ridges in them, and they don't sound like thumper strings. Bow, 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 bow. But I should put some thumper strings on here just to change the game, right? And since I do have some strings that I got left over from my other bass string change, I'm gonna put the thumper strings on here. I'm gonna put some round wounds on this joint. Where those strings at? I don't know what I did with them. I'm gonna take the flat wounds off for now, and we're gonna experiment with the round wounds. I know they're around here somewhere. They're around here somewhere. Pardon the pun. They're around here somewhere. If I can find them. If I can't find them, we put these back on. I know they're around here. In the meantime, I gotta clean the bass anyway. And then I give me an opportunity to look for them. So you take that out, and there you see this is the bridge piece. All right? And the string just goes to the bridge piece. Kind of reminds you of like a Les Paul or, one of those type of guitars. Now I'm trying not, I don't want to scratch the paint because this finish is beautiful. I can barely see the scratches on here. And when he put it up for sale, he tried to take as many detailed pictures as he could for any scratch that was on here. Now again, his neck is horrible, so I gotta clean his neck. This neck, like it hasn't been cleaned in quite some time. So we're gonna put a little lemon oil on it, do a little scraping, and try to get the stuff off here, the gunk. There's a little bit of gunk on here. Ain't gonna front. But it's not as bad as my what's-called bass I bought. Man, that freaking music, man, well, there you go. The bongo bass was hard. I mean, it's dusting everywhere on it. Before I took it to the BMW dealership, I had to really, really clean that thing, man. It was done like, yo, when the last time you used this? He's like, you just been sitting in the closet, and blah, blah, blah. And in the case, I guess, or maybe just sitting in the closet. Because if it was a case, it would have got that dirty. But the case wasn't all that clean either. The case had like cat hair in it. And I don't like cat hair anywhere near me. So I had to take the case, spray it with some bug spray, and put it out on my deck. Because I don't play that. I don't play animal hairs in my place. But, nevertheless, the bass was kind of not clean. And I must say, man, even my man who may be looking at this video, because I'm going to send him the video, I'm just saying, man, just a course of business for me is, if I'm selling any instrument I have, from my most expensive instrument to my small instrument, even my studio gear, I always clean my gear. I just take the time to clean it. I think it represents me, and it's not to say the young man who sold me this bass tonight is not a clean guy, but I mean, when you're doing business, would you go and buy a dirty car? No, they wouldn't even sell you a dirty car. They would take the car, they would detail it, or the bridge fell off. Here you go. And here's the bridge, by the way. I forgot which way it went. Well, it'll make a difference however I set it up. This is the bridge right here that comes off. So right now, this is all we have. Now, let's read the specs now that I have it all. This is 22 frets, number 4 strings. The wood fretboard is rosewood. The scale length is 30. Specified neck wood would be maple beech maple. Wow. That's the back. That's the back of the neck. Maple, look at it. Maple beech maple. Wow. That's hot. The bridge pickup model is an actual Hofner staple nickel humbucker. So this is an actual German pickup. This is not a Chinese knockoff pickup. This is actually the pickup that they use in all of their German basses. That's cool. So we got 2 of those. The body shape is a violin bass shape. The body type is a hollow body. Wood body is flame maple. That's on the back. Flame maple, you see the flame going through it, and on the sides. Okay, the top wood is spruce. And you got the center block, and they'll tell you about the center block down in there. Contemporary, and it says made in Germany. Well, this says SB. So I can't say that this base is actually made in Germany because this is a different one. This might not be the one I'm looking for, y'all. This is the German joint. I'm not looking for the German one. So let's just see if we can find this one here. Contemporary. I like Google Contemporary and it came up with that one, but once it said German, and they stopped making these. It said no longer available. Wow. Sweetwater don't even carry these anymore. Hofner Contemporary Violin Bass at a Glance. Hofner Staple Humbucker delivers classic bass tone. Get the legendary look and feel of a Hofner violin bass. Hofner creating fantastic string instruments since 1887. Okay. Now, here's the specs. Let's see if they have it for this bass. Somebody over there beating up some metal. I'll tell you that right now. They're tearing some metal up. I gotta find another. I'm trying to find somebody who's gonna give me the right specifications for this bass. Because there was somebody who had all the specifications on the bass. And now all of a sudden I can't find the specs on the bass. But I mean, it's probably everything that I said. But like I said, it had a wood block. There's a wood block that comes down the center of this bass, where the other ones don't have the wood block coming down the center. Okay. All right, I got the specs. It's not coming up, so I don't want to waste too much time trying to figure out how to get these specs. But that's it. Okay, so let's see. Maybe they got the specs. Maybe they just might have specs to this bass. There's maybe somebody will do the right thing and have specs. Here we go. Finally, spec sheets. It's a long spec sheet, but I want to read it because you guys may want to check it out. Top spruce sound hole. Okay. Wherever that is. Wood back flame. Maple wood sides, maple binding. Okay, got you. Maple binding, top black, white, black binding, black, white, black binding, center side. Center block is spruce. Neck is maple wood beech. We already said that. Construction is a 3-piece headstock. Wow, so that's a 3-piece headstock. No wonder this bass is kind of expensive. Bass is set at the neck joint at the 16th fret. So it's the 16th fret, so that's where it's set in at. Fret thickness and FB at first. Oh, you also have you have a fret right here. So you get a 0 fret, which is cool too. Another reason why to buy it. The heel, 24 millimeter cat pear heel. Fret 20 thickness. Nut width is 42. 44 millimeter at the 12th fret. Dot, you got dots. The bridge is made of ebony Hofner type fret. Wow, this is ebony bridge. Wow, no wonder this bass is expensive. This is an ebony bridge. Wow. Hardware, single tuners, nickel tuners. Okay. Pearl tailpiece trapeze, which is this right here. It's a trapeze piece. You see it moves up and down. Cool. Hofner neck, middle pickup, the knobs are black. Well, these knobs are changed out for the teacup Hofner knobs, okay? But the electronics is still, for understand, is still the Chinese-made electronics. And one day, maybe I'll change out and buy the German electronics, but for right now, nope. So we're going to wipe this down. Okay? And wipe the neck down, because it's the main thing. We'll get all the stuff off the neck. And then we're going to put some lemon oil on the neck and really give it a good cleaning. Because I said, when I looked at the neck, first of all, to make sure it wasn't a bent neck. As y'all know, Ever since my fiasco with that doggone Lakeland base I bought from the criminal guy. Yeah, I call him criminal. No, I ain't gonna call him criminal. I shouldn't say that. Because he took care of business. He gave my money and he paid me what I need to get paid to make that situation work. By the way, these are Perloid fret docker mark. Man, this base is really for the, oh, we might have just a small problem, maybe. Let's see. Because the nut just came out. Now I'm not sure if the nut's supposed to come out. No, this nut is not supposed to come out. So the nut has come out up here. So we're gonna clean that up while we're doing it. So I'm going to have to glue this back down into the neck. And just so happened I have some glue, I think. So we clean the nut. Now I don't know whether it's a bone nut. It didn't mention what the nut was. Let's see. Let me find out whether it's a bone nut or not. Okay. See if you think it would mention the nut. See, center block white top binding. Because this nut is like, it looks plastic though. It has this white stripe in there. So, we're going to clean this nut. The neck, I pretty much got the neck good. It was just some gunk in here. Speaking of that, y'all know there's a guy, my man who does Dave's something. He does bases and he cleans them and he hooks them up and when he get a dirty base and he's like, oh, this thing is horrible. This thing is gunky. He be going in. But it wasn't that bad. It didn't take me long to get the gunk off the fretboard. And look, that fretboard later, the limit cleaner on here and everything, this thing is really gonna shine up pretty good, I think. Like I said, man, I want to glue this nut. I want to super glue this nut back in, and I think I do have some super glue. Let's see. I thought I kept it in here. I don't think I used it all. Here we go. No, I have some super glue in here. I always keep it around just in case I get a base that the nut done came out of. So let's super glue this in. My neighbor's child, who's a football player, now running upstairs like he's crazy. Actually, I thought they moved out because I hadn't heard them in a while, but nope, they ain't going nowhere. They still here, which is cool. I like my neighbors. I like her son. Hopefully, he become a super duper football player before, and I done checked out of this place, and he can lend me some money so I can buy more bases. That's my neighbor. I'm gonna buy him some bases because he like bases. Okay, so I got that bad boy glued in there. We're gonna let it sit. Oops, we don't want to do that. I don't want no super glue on the neck. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, he's up there running. Can you hear him? Y'all can probably hear him. He's running. Okay. So now let's go ahead on and do what we got to do while we drink this beer. Y'all have any questions for me about basses, guitars, fragrances? Y'all, what y'all want to know, man? What y'all want to know, baby? I think I'll put them flat wounds back on here. Because, I mean, that's what it's intended to be for. And people claim they buy the labella flat wound strings. So since I want to sound like a bass, what's that? Down here. You want it to sound like it's supposed to. I'm going to put the flat wound back on here. So let's start with the cleaner. We're going to put some cleaner on here. We got our rag. It does many things. It cleans, it polishes, does everything. Let's go ahead on and spray it up. And again, the name of this cleaner is called, I really can't tell what this cleaner is called. It just says GE Gilts. I mean, y'all probably would know. I don't know why they wrote it like that. It's fatal if you swallow it, I'll tell you that. Don't swallow it, or you're going to be checking out early. We'll be going someplace where you hope they got some bases there, because, yeah. You're gonna be up out of here if you swallow that. All right, trying to make sure I get up all the gunk that's on here. I like the German pickups. I mean, this is really quality bass. I was wondering why this bass. First of all, I was wondering why he was selling to me for $300. That's number one. I'm like, there must be something wrong with it. Then I started looking up the prices on this bass, and I saw the new price on this bass. And I'll look it up again. The new price on a Hofner, this bass right here, chimp. This bass right chimp. Hold on. I'll look it up in Hofner. See, this is a newer model. That's why I'm trying to get the right one. And here we go. The 501 Contemporary. That's the difference. One is the Contemporary. This is Contemporary. This is the one currently on sale. There you go. Currently on sale. Reverb has it for $7.99. So that's the Cavern bass for $11.09. Reverb has another for $7.09. Alto Music has this bass for $8.79. eBay has one for $8.79. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now they call it the SB, but it's actually a different. Not really SB. HH. Okay, nickel humbucker, flame maple, antique brown sunburst. Right. But keep saying made in Germany. This is not. If this is made in Germany, then I really got a steal on this bass. But again, I don't think it's the right one because, all right, here we go. Here we go, Sam Ash. This is the one, HCT. What do I thought it was HTC? There you go, $7.99 for this bass. Brand new. The only thing this bass is missing is the pick guard. Usually come with a white pick guard. But the plastic nut. Okay, there you go, plastic nut. But you know what? I've seen these basses, and people like change up the pick guard. Cause I like the gold tone pick guard on this. If I was to get this because of the way that the flame, the spruce top is with this color, I would definitely put. I would put the pick guard that look like this right here, which is kind of like off white with a little bit of perloid in it. That's the pick guard I would get. I'm not gonna get the pick guard that looks white. I want the same pick guard that's in this control. Okay, so now we're gonna turn this around, and we're gonna spray it again. We want to really get in here and get anything that's on here. We want to get it off because this is also a cleaner. It's a cleaner and it's a polisher. Well, it's more of a cleaner. Oh, thank you for the super chat donation. Thank you, JK. I appreciate it. Man, I ain't get a super chat donation in like years. People don't support me like that. But I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for giving me a super chat donation. Appreciate that, man. Makes it worthwhile, bro. That makes it worthwhile to know that people really appreciate you. Thank you very much. You know, normally I don't ask for super chat donations. You know, people just give them to me sometimes. You know, more often than not, but it's okay. Because I don't do it for the money. But I appreciate that you appreciate what I do. $5? Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. So if y'all want to follow suit and give me a super chat donation, that would be cool. That'd be right on time. If you think my content is worth it. And of course, as JK know, he's more for the fragrances. And people appreciate me with my fragrances. But again, I don't really ask for the super chat money or anything. I didn't know it was even on here at one point. But my man from New York used to always super chat me too when I did my fragrance videos. My man AJ from the Bronx. Actually from Long Island, but I used to say he come from the Bronx. He used to super chat me too. But I appreciate you, JK. Thank you for the super chat. No doubt about it. So again, but if y'all want to ask me questions about bass, I'll say right now. If you guys want to talk about fragrances, we can do that too. Let me know what you're wearing, what you get ready to buy as far as the fragrances. If you want some advice, or you want to give me some advice on some fragrances that's coming out. Because I don't really keep up with fragrances like I used to. You know, I've been doing this for a long time. Especially the fragrance game. I've been doing that for 7 years. Considering I had that dog face guy getting in my world about Black Orchid, that video was 7 years ago. So I've probably been doing this at least 7 years, maybe a little bit longer than 7 years since I've been doing this fragrance thing. But anyway, I appreciate you guys who, you know, just coming through, just learning about my channel. And for those who've been here from the giddy up, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you very much. Y'all know how much it means to me that, when you guys come through. And no matter whether it's one person or whether it's, more than one, I appreciate you coming through, showing me that appreciation. All right, so now I polish it up. It's got a good polish on it. I'm really surprised at this neck. I'm really surprised at how really beautiful this neck, and this is a 3-piece neck. And again, I kept wondering why it cost this price. It didn't even a pearl. Look at this. There's pearloid right here. I don't know if you can see it, but this is pearloid as well. Just like the control panel is pearloid. This is actually pearloid back here with the binding, and the binding really sets this off. So now I know why it cost $800. I still don't know why he sold it to me for $3. But sometimes I get gifts, man. I just get gifts. I don't ask for things, man. I get up in the morning, and what I mean is, I might be hunting for a base, but I don't try to get a guy down. If he was selling this for, say, $500, which is a fair price, the fair used price for this is $500. Because when I told Guitar Center about it, I'm like, what would you sell this for? Oh, no, we'll sell for $525. And if you look up the used price on this, you'll see anywhere from $525, maybe $525. Because again, the retail is $800. And when you look at the detail on this thing, you see why it's $800. This thing is really detailed. It is beautiful. And I appreciate that he took care of it. And he said he bought it from a friend as well. So I really appreciate that they took care of it. It's not all scarred up. Like I said, this maple backing looks gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that maple veneer. And on the sides. And the neck, like I said, even though the neck is not see it? Now the neck is not like that, but the neck is a 3-piece neck. That's bananas. And this fretboard is looking beautiful. So once I put the yacht, look at that fretboard. Oh, that is bananas, yo. That's bananas. So now we're going to put the fretboard juice on it real quick, okay? Because this is for fretboard as well. It says for all dark natural woods. So we're going to throw something directly on the fretboard. 8 people showed up in the house. What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for coming through. And even though y'all know how I get sometimes, I'll be like, yo, man, I don't want to talk about fragrances, man. I want to talk about bases. But no, if y'all want to talk about fragrances, we can talk about anything you want tonight until I get ready to go to bed at 11 o'clock. We can talk about anything that you want. If you want to talk about basses, guitars, studio equipment, how to record, how not to record, guitars, basses, man. If I can answer the question, I will. And if I can't, you're going to answer the question. Tell me something. Because I'm never above learning, ever. That's how I got to be so smart. Because I never turned down anybody trying to teach me something. I'd be like, yeah, y'all ain't know that. I'd be acting like I knew it all the time. I actually learned from somebody else. I'd be fronting, right? That's right. But everybody has to learn. There's never a problem learning things, especially when you do what I do. And all that experience in my life in music, in the music business, and, now with the fragrance thing the last 7 years. So if y'all want to talk about fragrances, not a lot of y'all just like to sit here and listen to me talk. What is my opinion of Jimi Hendrix? See, JK, this is where I lose friendships. This is where I use friendships. Now, I think Jimi Hendrix, for the time that he was out, was an innovator. There was nobody really doing what he was doing, so that made him an innovator. And I'm sure this is going to be maybe what they call sacrilege for me to say this, but when Jimi Hendrix was playing guitar, wasn't nobody doing a Running Man either, right? So it's like, yo, that was cool for that age. The way he played was cool for that age. But right now, if we put Jimi Hendrix right now, on stage right now, I put him a bit Louis Malmsteen, or my favorite guitar player, which is Guthrie Govan. Guthrie Govan will blow him out the water. It's 2 different styles, but Jimi Hendrix didn't know anything about tapping. He ate the strings with his mouth, but I ate the strings with my mouth when I was growing up. So for his time, he was an innovator. But I can't say for his time, he was probably even the best guitar player at the time. But it's only because he chose the avenue of rock. If Jimi Hendrix came anywhere near Wes Montgomery or Charlie Christian and them, and they was playing true jazz music, true improvisational music, Jimi Hendrix was nothing but a child to them. And they probably was upset, and I'm sure they were, not because they hated Jimmy, because they rarely talked about Jimi Hendrix. Charlie Christian and all them guitar players back in the day who knew how to really, really play, who knew scales, who created movements and stuff like that, they didn't want to hate on him because he was a brother. They won't want to hate on him and say, man, that guy's garbage. He's just a showman. He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything technical. He's a showman. Charlie Christian and Wes Montgomery were innovators. All them cats down south were innovators who were stolen from. They got stolen from by the industry, just like the industry doing now. They stealing a lot of music from people, and they stealing it and taking it and making their own, but making money off of it as well, right? So Jimi Hendrix was cool for his time. But if Jimi Hendrix would show up now, Jimi Hendrix would get laughed off the stage by anybody. Because Jimi Hendrix was a showman. He taught Ernie Isley, right? Ernie Isley was a Jimi Hendrix, protege, because Jimi Hendrix actually was going to play for the Isley Brothers. In fact, Jimi Hendrix did play for the Isley Brothers for a limited time. They was looking for a guitar player. And that goes to show you right there. He was known for his rock, but actually Jimi Hendrix actually played for the Isley Brothers because they needed a guitar player. So they was like, oh, this guy, bada bada bing, and they grabbed Jimmy. They grabbed Jimi Hendrix. So he was cool for the time. I don't necessarily have any, Jimi Hendrix was never a hero to me. I never I didn't have Jimi Hendrix. Never my thing. I never grew up as a young boy playing guitar, saying I want to play like Jimi Hendrix. It just never really rolled for me. So yeah, there might be a problem for some people. I can't believe he's saying that. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's just how I do. You know what I mean? I just tell the truth. So yeah. He's a cool guy and everything. He probably was a lovely individual. Unfortunately, the way he died wasn't cool either, right? But overall, as a musician, I just don't think he's rivaled, and I don't think he'll ever be appreciated for being a true guitarist, other than a rock guitarist, at the time. So that's what I feel about Jimmy, and again, not trying to step on any toes here. But if you ask me a question, I'm going to give you my opinion. It's my opinion. Right now, I'm having an issue with my, I'm not sure how this is supposed to work. I have this situation that just came out. And I don't have my screwdriver. Well, I actually do have my screwdriver and everything with me. Any other questions? Fragrances? Music, my opinions. Hey, that's what I'm here for. You got me for an hour. You got me till 11 o'clock. Then homeboy old up behind got to get in the bed. Because somebody got to buy guitars around here. We need to, work a little bit. Not to mention pay some bills around this joint too, right? Yeah. I tell y'all what. Who's here for, if you're here for my guitar channel, is this what I got to do? Am I doing this right? I'm thinking I'm doing this. This thing is going to stay. Let me try this one right here. I'm going to screw these down. This screwdriver's too big. I'm not sure why these slots are coming out. The crowns around the tuner pegs are coming out for some reason. These two anyway. They don't seem to be. I'm tightening up screws back here on the tuner pegs, but it doesn't seem to affect them staying in. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay, there you go. They weren't tight enough. I'm gonna tighten these up too. And I think tuning pegs on the back too. I like the open tuning pegs, where you can actually see. Make sure I got this right. Okay. I don't want to strip any screws on this bad boy. You gotta be very careful. Or they pop back out, y'all. They can't back it down. All right, don't worry about it. Good evening, my brother. Hope and pray things well. Quick question. Can you do a video Somebody asked me, can I do a video while I'm doing it? Well, you should. I'll read it later because I'm doing this video now. So my man hit me up on text message. Want to know if I can do a video on something. But right now I'm trying to concentrate on doing a video on me tightening up these tuning pegs. And again, these are open tuning pegs here. So you can actually see the mechanism on the back. See? Now usually you have the closed tuning peg, you can't see the motoring and all that good stuff. But here you can. Alright? And like I said, perloid tuning pegs. And that, I said too much, man, I'm changing them tuning pegs, man. I don't think I like them tuning pegs, but them tuning pegs are pretty cool. Why is he still asking me? Never got a chance to smell anything from Paris Monte Carlo. Alright, bro, I'm not sure why. Usually he's on my YouTube channel right now, but now he's hitting me on the side, which is kind of like distracting me a little bit. I'm trying to do this with y'all. My man asked me about something I did this morning, but I'll talk to him tomorrow. I'm just thinking this usually would screw down into this tuning peg, but it's not. Not unless I'm not doing it right. Let me see. Because I don't want this thing crowning out, coming out when I'm playing. But it's not staying down in there. And I'm not gonna these other ones is coming right out too. So. Alright, so I'm putting that down there. Alright, so I'm gonna clean the hairstyle. Thank y'all for stopping by. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate you. So if you're here for basses or you're here for the fragrances, whatever, holla at your boy. All right, see, we got there. I'm still like kind of upset over these whatchamacallits coming out. But again, I can't glue it. Maybe I'll call them and see why these are coming out. Maybe I can find a way to secure them. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some lemon oil on this fretboard. So get the lemon oil. Bam, lemon oil, Kaiser. And this will be some really, really good lemon oil. So we're going to throw this on the fretboard. Okay, put a nice little generous amount on there. And I'm going to use paper. Ooh, you can smell the lemon. Ooh, smell like lemon pledge. Ooh. And instead of using a rag, because I don't want to rub it all off, I want to really get it into the wood, so I just rather use paper towel. Because that way it doesn't rub it all off. This is really, really beautiful. It's a beautiful neck, I must say. And no, I don't play that call. And don't ask about Paul McCartney either, because you ain't going to like that answer either. For real, for real. Because that's a whole nother vibe, too. So I didn't buy this bass because of Paul McCartney. I bought this bass because I just never had a violin bass in my present. I've had a violin bass that I played one time I was at a guitar center in Oxford Valley, and I played one of these basses. It was a Hofner Igniter bass. But this right here is an upgrade from the Hofner Igniter bass. This is not the Igniter. Okay, y'all, I gotta get this lemon. Oops, string trying to come back up here. I thought I had some flat wound strings too. Somebody said get some labella strings for this. So I don't know. Never used labellas. Like on my Takamine B10, I had some flats on that. I even got flats on my Zeta fretless bass. But they're not labellas. And they sound awesome. Okay, so we move this bridge plate. Okay. So we got this baby nice and shiny. Good. Looking ready to play. Good. Okay. All right, so since we've done that, I'm going to do one more application. I'm going to put this guitar polish on it. I'm just building up. I'm building up the build up. So I'm put a little light, just a little bit of this. This is Music Nomad. Just a little bit. Just enough for me to spread all the way around. Bass. Come on. Come on. There you go. Just enough to spread all the way around. Just give it just a touch. And Now I gotta find another cloth. So he's gonna be like, okay. You know, most of my cloths over there on that side. And then I'll wash this one. I think I'll wash. So we're gonna rub this in. And get in there, you know what I mean? Nooks and crannies, get into the nooks and crannies. Mm-hmm. Nooks and crannies, bad boy, move his back, move the plate back. You know, really get in there, really work it in. I'm not really necessarily worrying about the sides. I want the top to be beautiful. Representative of the effort that they put into making this bass not only a beautiful bass, but an affordable bass. I mean, some of you, oh, this bass, I would not pay $800 for the bass. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Because there are people who really like the violin basses. And it's not because they have a particular look. Like some guys are purists, right? Some bass players, every guitar player, keyboard player, every musician has like the idiosyncrasies, right? Or something they just won't do. I'll never buy a violin bass. Oh, I'll never play a 5-string bass. I'll never play a weighted keyboard. You know, I'm a synthesizer player. I don't like weighted keyboards. Oh, I'll never play a synthesizer keyboard. I'm a pure, weighted keyboard player. Everybody got their own thing because everybody want to kind of feel like they want to be special sometimes, right? And that's what they do. You be like, yeah, I'm that guy. I'm that pure guy. I would never do this, or I never do that. It's against the way I play that I can't play that. I will never play with a steel pick. I'll play with a polyurethane pick. Everybody got to have their thing, right? And sometimes it's just show. It's just show. Because they mess around and don't have any picks left for a show, and they need to borrow a pick, and you don't have a polyurethane pick. You're like, well, no, I'm just going to use my finger because I only use polyurethane pick, or you give me a plastic pick. No, you're going to take the plastic pick, and you're going to finish doing the show. Stop playing. So people have these things, you want to have your own like criteria as to validate yourself as to how you want to be this particular player, or whether you want to be a purist, or whether you want to be like this guy who can just stretch out and play anything. I'm a purist in any form or fashion. I'll play anything, anywhere. I don't care what strings I'm on the bass. I don't get into that, oh, I got to use these strings, or I got to use these strings. I don't care, man. Are the strings on sale? Stick them on here. Let's go. I ain't got all day for that. Because let me tell y'all something right now. As a producer and an artist, ain't nobody, and I'm getting hood on this, and I'm going to drink a little bit of this beer while I'm getting hood. Ain't nobody won a Grammy for the strings on their bass. How about that? Ain't nobody made the best composed song ever because they was using a guitar pick that was polyurethane. Ain't nobody ever got an American Musical Award for playing with whatever. Stop it. Stop it. If this is about music, then it's about music. If this is about you saying that I got the best guitars in the world, or because I only play this way, or I only play with these strings, don't play out of here. That's just trying to get endorsement deals. Nah, keeping it real, dog. It's all about making music. Either you're a music maker or you're a music player. I do both. I make music and I play music. So it makes a difference to me. I can perform, my own music as well as other people's music, or I can write my own music and perform it, right? But when I'm back in the lab, some of the best songs I've ever made, people say, man, that song was unbelievable. Man, that song was a bomb. It's probably a song I made in 5 minutes. Just being in the mood to get off work. I was feeling some kind of way. Or I got off work because I had an idea when I was at work and something kind of came to my mind. So when I got off work, bam, I came home, fired up the studio, put something together, and probably decided I'll finish it tomorrow. And then maybe somebody came by and heard it like, yo, that's popping. And here in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to finish it tomorrow. But this person saying, man, that was a great song. I made that track in 5 minutes. I was thinking I'm going to be working on the track for maybe 2 days. This person liked the 5-minute track. In fact, I just sold some tracks yesterday, which is how I got to buy this bass, because I sold some tracks, right? So, he really liked the track that I had. He had been, this singer, artist, had really been liking this track I did, and we ran into a little problem. So cool. So I said, well, you want the track? You have to pay for the track. You know. So finally, yesterday he was like, I'm ready to pay for the track. I'm like, all right, bet. Track comes with stipulations. I sent him a contract. I sent him the track. He said, here's this other track you did too. Man, I really like that track too. Let me listen to it. Yeah, I know I put some energy in that track. Okay. You got to pay a little bit more for that track. Guy bought 2 tracks yesterday. Or young man bought, I ain't gonna say guy, because I know him. Young man bought 2 tracks yesterday to help get this bass. Now, I got paid more than this bass cost, but I'm just letting you know. That's how this business goes. So, if you're in the business to be a millionaire, you're in the business for the wrong reason. Because there's no millionaire artists out there. You may think they're millionaire artists, but if you look at my Facebook page, you'll see you can never be a millionaire artist. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. They'll give you $1 million, but when they give you $1 million, you best believe you got to get that $1 million back. And if you got $1 million after you've given them that $1 million back, then you're $1 million artist. How many of those you know, besides maybe Beyonce, you know, or some other cats who are heavily promoted? They might be $1 million artists, but that's about it. $1 million is not a lot of money. Believe me. You seen lottery winners win like $50 million. Now they broke as can be. Broke. So, if you in this music business for the money, you're in it for the wrong reason. Because it's just like a boxer, just like a basketball player, just like when you stop writing, when you can't write no more, when you can't do this no more, then what you gonna do? You're gonna be broke. So, don't get into this business for that. Use this business for what it's worth. You use it when the business is popping, the business is popping. But sometimes the business ain't gonna be popping all the time. You know what I mean? You're gonna find yourself out here on the streets, 50, still what the heck happened, and why you're not living the way you want to live. You try to save your money up, but you're missing something. You're missing a pension, which is why myself, never quit my job. And I tell people, I was able to do everything I've done, from putting out albums to working with artists to doing all that stuff. You know, and I'm talking about major artists. I was still able to do that and still work. Having thankful mercy and grace for March 28th for my 33rd year at my job. 33 years I've been working for the same job. I done more in 33 years in the business than some people did in 33 years praying every day, all day. If you want to know what's popping, and you want your children to really know what's going on, send them to me. You know what I mean? And not to say send them to me and leave them with me. You come too. Because ain't nobody getting no $1 million contract. I don't care what you're doing on the internet. I really don't care if you got 25 followers. All right, what's going on there, Mrs. Cheryl? I don't care if you got a zillion followers. They're going to be around forever. They're not going to be around forever. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you got a backup. So when the money stops in the music business, then you got something else you can be doing with your life. And again, you want to have a pension. You want to have some guaranteed money. If you made some money in the business, you want to put it up. You want to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? It's like how many former boxers do you know that are broke? I think Meldrick Taylor just passed away. Philly guy. Hold on, y'all. I'm at to cut somebody's volume down because somebody's coming over my video. Hold on a second. So, hold on, y'all. Yeah, Meldrick Taylor, I think just passed away, if I'm not mistaken, or something happened. And Meldrick Taylor lived right right down the street where he used to live here in Cheltenham. So Melton didn't have much money left when he, you know, no man. He was done boxing. Once you're done boxing, you're done boxing. Unless you got some endorsements and so on and so forth. You know, you're done, man. And heaven forbid you didn't sell out. You know what I mean? Because if you sell out, you on the books, yo. And you know what I mean by selling out too. If you sell out for fame, you better enjoy it, because when it's time to pay the piper wants to be paid. I mean, you got to bounce. Some people sell their soul for 10 years of fame. You know, some end up in jail, some end up crazy. Yeah, things happen to people, man. In this business is not an easy business. And it's amazing to me that people will give up their lives, they'll give up their morals, they'll give up their principles. All that they were taught by their parents, all they was taught by people who meant them well, coming up in school, all they was taught by teachers, whatever, man. Yo, man. Oh, dog, I got to get it, cuz. I got to get it. I got to have it. I need that fame. You know, may have grown up, like, you know, a shy child or whatever. Then all of a sudden broke out, and now this person's a superstar. But he was never taught how to live with this new fame thing. Not everybody can get famous and live with it. Some people can get famous, man, and it become their destruction because they weren't built like that. They got lucky like that. They may have gotten manipulated into something. Somebody probably told them, you know, you'll make a great this, you'll make a great that. You know, they might be a beautiful woman or something. Might be a real talented dude, you know. And all of a sudden you're like, you really? Seriously? You think so? Yeah, you'll make a great. Come on now, let us take care of you. Until you are not popular anymore. And then when you're not popular anymore, and they have no more use for you, whether you're in the music business or any other business, and that's any business, that's your regular job business. If they want to use your talents until they got to the point that they know exactly what you're doing, they probably stole your ideas like they do in music all the time, but they got somebody else to do your ideas better than you, you know. Now all of a sudden you like, yo, they don't need you no more. Okay. So now they don't need you no more. What was the deal that you signed? What was the deal that you signed to get started? Because remember, you get nothing for free nowhere. You're not going to work at a regular job for free. You're not going to, nothing is free. Nothing is monetarily free on this planet. You must pay for everything you get a chance to do, you get to do. You do what you're supposed to do, you get paid. If you don't get paid. You're going to do what somebody tell you to do, or you don't get paid. That's the way it works. And there are people that are willing to do whatever somebody tell them to do to get paid, to get famous. Now, I know a lot of you may want to ask me about what I think about the Nike shoe thing with the Lil Nas dude. Only thing I think about the Lil Nas dude, the only question I have about him is that Nas' son? Why they call him Lil Nas? Is that not? Look, I'm out of the loop, man. I don't know about hip hop. Only hip hop I know is them beats that I got on my MPC-1. That's the closest to me knowing about hip hop. Because I don't listen to hip hop like that. I hear it, but I don't listen to it. Even as a person in the business who can probably make some money off this hip hop thing. I could take somebody's child, turn him into a hip hop star or something, who knows, and make money. But I want to be in. I want to produce. I'm sorry. It's good for us. I don't think it's good for the children. I just don't think it's popular. So I'm not going to produce that. And though I can probably, again, for the resources that I have, I can take somebody, young child, oh, you sound great, blah, blah, blah. Yo, I can take you places. And ring around and rosy that person and their parents to a point that I can now hold on. Okay. Take advantage of this child. Well, take advantage of the parents. Look, because nowadays parents are greedy. You see it every day, especially in sports. They're sending a child out there, and he might be super talented. He might be super talented baseball player, basketball player, sport. You know what we good for, right? Maybe super talented at that. And then all of a sudden, and Rose is a perfect example, whereas I think Rose got a different situation going on. But the Rose dude, super talented guy, super. But then when he got hurt, he wasn't super no more. But then what was happening was, right, they started losing. They started trying to bring him back early. You're like, yo, dog, nah, man, you know, dog. The seats are not filling up like they used to. You hurt? You better hurry up and get unhurt. Because if you don't, we got a problem with you and your contract. Because your contract said one thing, but what we didn't tell you about your contract was it said, we don't give a hot rat's booty whether you hurt or not. You playing for this team, and you're going to get back in there, and you're going to play hurt. And they mule you out, right? They play you till you hurt to the point that you can't do nothing anymore, and they get rid of you. That's how the business is for everybody. Bass player, guitar player, music producers, whatever, man. If you don't have it together, you are in trouble, my friend. So what I'm saying to you is the choice of getting into this thing for money and fame and fortune leads you nowhere except for a whole bunch of trouble. But if you get in this for the art, if you get in because you really enjoy music, like those guys back in the day, not like Jimi Hendrix, because we saw what happened to Jimi Hendrix, right? So not like them guys. We talking about the old guys who was getting their music stolen by people like Elvis and Elvis producers and stuff like that. They were stealing his music, stealing black folk music, and giving it to Elvis. That's what I'm talking about. Ah, man, that's not a good look. But they was doing that. They was doing that music. And even Whatchcall said that. Even the Beatles said it. The Beatles actually said that. That they knew that they themselves was even using old country guys' music on their come up. And they knew Elvis was doing the same thing because they was doing it. They did it a different way. Elvis has outright stole it. His producers outright stole it. They stole the whole concept. All them old guys back in the day down in the hills and the mountains of friggin' Mississippi and singing about the hardships of their lives and everything, and their girlfriends and their wives leaving and cheating and all that stuff. You know, guys who really felt that. Not guys who sing about it and it never happened. You talking about guys who actually felt that. My girl, left me. And it really happened in their lives. Then you steal the song, give it to Elvis, and then he flipping it, and then he take it, and he might take some of the songs and turn them into happy songs, reword them, turn them into happy songs. Now, my girl left me. Then the girl left me. It's like, I don't care if the girl left me, because I'm the man. You know, and he flip it around. But them old guys never got paid. They got stole from, and that's what he said. Elvis was a hero to most, but he never meant nothing. He was straight out racist. He was like he was plain because he was stealing people's stuff. And he was talented, and I know a lot of people ain't gonna like that either. That's what I'm saying. He had to be talented. He can dance, but he was just a mechanism. He was a mechanism, right? Until he was done with him, he became fat. And I'm not saying that in a detrimental way, really, but he gained a whole bunch of weight. He became depressed. He started taking drugs. That's what they do. They start drugging him up. Because he had to get on that stage every night. Because regardless of whether he was still good, whether he was still the same Elvis from back in the day, when he was looking like he was looking for back in the day, wearing them crazy uniforms as usual outfits, whatever. You know, I even got an Elvis watch. I talked about that the other day. But I ain't bought that watch because of Elvis. I bought that watch because it was a hot watch. But again, nevertheless, once it was done with Elvis, that was it. How old was Elvis when he died? Allegedly on the toilet. How old was Elvis? 42 years old. 42. The boy was banging since he was what, 19? So his contract was set for when he died. 1942, that's 23, right? 23 years. 23 years in the business is a long run. 23 is a long run. But in a business, at 42, Elvis was done. They need Elvis hanging around at that point. What do you need Elvis hanging around at that point? So he can just start arguing, getting upset like Prince and Michael Jackson did. You see what happened to Prince and Michael Jackson? He'll start worrying about his masters and why ain't I getting paid? I'm old and ready to retire. You just stole my songs and that little. And now he crying. When he was stealing the black folk songs back in the day from the country, not just him, but the producers and the record labels, when they were stealing the poor black people songs back in the day, he was happy as could be. Put him in the movie, he couldn't act. Like Eddie Murphy said, he'll sing his lines. I gotta win this race. But after that, when he became too old to perform and do anything, it's just a matter of time. You can't get out of this business easy like that. Jimmy didn't make it that far. But Jimmy became a hazard to them because Jimmy couldn't get off drugs. So they don't need Jimmy around anymore. They need him around. What do they need Jimmy around if they can't get him off the sauce? If they can't get him off heroin, they probably turned him on to heroin just to keep him up with the energy to do his shows every night, right? So you need an upper. You need an upper and a lower, a downer and an upper and all this stuff. You're taking drugs, man. That's what they do, right? So they hooking him up. Come on, man. I need some heroin, man. I need some heroin, dog. Man. I need some heroin. I need that fix, man. Get myself up and get the show done, man. That's my groove, man. That's my thing, man. You know how it is, man. That's my thing. I got to have it, man. And they give it to him. And then when the show is over, you would expect that they were like, all right, man, look, we got to stop this with this guy. He's our bread and butter. We can't have him getting truly strung out. So you try to throw him a couple of females, right? Maybe the females can talk him out of it. Give him a little something, something from time to time. Try to get him married. He ain't going to really want to be married. Because she ain't going to be happy that, he's running around all over the place, performing and stuff like that. So you can't really marry him to somebody. But you got to put a checker on him, to keep him in pocket. So you must believe when they found out they couldn't keep him in pocket, it's time to let him go. Because at that point, now we got more of the Caucasian European rockers coming out who's still in this style anyway. So now you got the replacement. This was the black guy that they're trying to pull black people over to rock with, and so on and so forth, which they kind of did. I mean, Ernie Izzy, became, like I said, a protege. But then once that was gone, and now you had all these Caucasian guys playing like him, acting a fool, Megadeth and Satan music and stuff like that, when they start coming into play, they're like, we don't need that guy no more. So now we got to go see him. We got to go send him night-night. We got to go give him night-night. That's what they did. They went and gave him night-night. Because we're expendable like that. The thing about us is, I think, and this is just my opinion, of course, my opinion is, when it comes to us as artists, regardless of what our age is, yes, sir, that's a Hofner. Just got it. Hofner HTC, HCT 500/1. Who is texting me while I'm doing a video? That really distracts me. And I don't know. If somebody's hit me up. But it's homegirl. Oh, she can hit me up. She's cool. I mean, everybody checking out my video that I did with the Bruce Lee joint. Now people finally checking it out. Cause it was popping, man. I did some good narration on those Bruce Lee videos. The two major scenes, if you ask me. I mean, the big scene was at the end. I should do the Hans Bruce Lee joint. What's going on, Rashawn? How you doing, brother? I done turned into a bass head, Rashawn. I done turned into a bass head. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 11 basses and 5 guitars. Because basses are just so much more beautiful looking. So check out my videos, bro. Check out my videos. I showing my basses and stuff like that. I'm sure I got one up and running. But yeah, I just bought this tonight. My Hofner HCT 501. Kind of reminds me of my fretless basses too. I'm gonna slide this over, trying to get it right before I tighten up the strings. Hey, bro, I'm trying to do something. Right? Rashawn Rich in the house, y'all. Very, very, very experienced guitar player. Very, very talented artist. It's because of Rashawn Rich that I gave up playing guitar. Because I know I can never play like him. Ain't gonna happen. So check out Rashawn Rich. Rashawn, if you got some information you want to share, share Rashawn Rich, excellent guitar player. I think he has a couple albums out. So check him out, Rashawn Rich. Y'all saw his name pop up. If you want to offer some not advice, but offer some information about his music, his channel, and everything, he'll let you know. If not, look him up, Rashawn Rich, RASAAN, Rich, as in he's getting paid. Okay, so let me tune this bad boy up. Plug it in. I would do this back in the studio, but I need to clean it up, so we went back in the studio. Okay? I'm trying to learn how to work it. Man, these Perloy tuners are just getting at me, man. These Perloy tuners are hot. You in the shed? Wait, you funny, cuz. Man, Death Angel ain't paying no attention to you, bro. Now this bass, I think what's happening is it's slip tuning. It's self-adjusting. Okay, cool. So let's I'm gonna turn on my drum machine and no, I can't do it that way either. I was gonna turn on the drums over here and let them play a beat, but they don't have no beats in them. They just have oh, you know what had beats in it? My looper pedal. Let me turn the looper pedal on. We're gonna turn the music up and we're gonna play something. What the heck? This is Friday night. This is the weekend. Got my face. We'll go over here and turn on. Should I come over here and play? Y'all want me to come over this side and play? Or should I stay right there at the table? All right, I'll tell you what. I'll come over here and play. We come over here and play. That way Rashawn can see all my bases. He can see all the bases I done collected, bruh. Bruh, I'm just a base head now, bruh. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I had to leave you alone, bruh. Had to leave you alone. Is what now? Oh yeah, bruh. Yeah, that's all. That's all. I'm creating my own industry over here, baby. I am the industry right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be the industry. Cause I was never in the industry. You know what I'm saying, Rashawn? I was never part of the industry, so I figure I am the industry right now. Cause I'm tired of the games. I'm tired of the game, bro. Oops. Alright, so how I'm gonna plug this in? I'm gonna plug it here. I'm using my Yamin on the Yamin to do the Yamin. All right, cool. I had to plug into the speaker directly. So now I'm gonna turn on the pedal board. I will show you my pedal board, but another time. I'll see you some pictures and then show you my pedal board, Rich. Yo, dog, stop playing. Hold on, y'all. My pedal board is tripping right now. Is it plugged in? See what happens when you don't use your stuff in a while? You be like, yo, dog, what's going on? Notice I turned it off by accident. Let's see. Where's this joint going? I gotta figure out where the thing is going now. Seriously? No, that's not it. Let's see, y'all. I'm about to keep the power out, maybe? That's the one. Is that it? That's not it either. Oh, duh. Oh, I took out the power cable to do something else. All right, hold on, y'all. See what I'm talking about? When you get old, you're going to start messing up. I think I took the power cable out to do something else somewhere else. Grab one back here. It ain't as long as I don't know what, which is impossible. Because all these rings are 500 feet long. Look at that, that's crazy. That one, that's 500 feet long. This is really ridiculous. All right, y'all, be patient with me. Every power cable I had is like 3,000 feet long. Like I'm on stage. And been on stage in ages. And let's see. Got some socks over here. So there's some power cables in here. Nope, no power cables in this bag. All right. Power cables in this bag. Nope. I tell you what, if I didn't need a power cable, them joints would be all over the place. I would have 1,000 power cables everywhere. But because I really don't need one now, can't buy one. Well, actually, no, I mean, now I need one. Alright, so I can't find a decent power cable, y'all. So I might not be able to do this. Let me see if I can get this one to work. This power cable is 18 feet long. Okay. I'll just use it for now. Till I find some more power cables. Okay. Nope, that's not working. This is weird, y'all. Right? Yeah. Let's see if it works here. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Okay, here we go. I know I'm going to turn it down because it's going to be too loud. I knew it was going to be too loud. All right, hold on, y'all. I'm working on it. I'm telling you, I'm doing it for y'all, man. I'm doing it for you. Because I want to play a couple basses. I got to turn it down. That joint's too loud. So I go over to my mix over here. And turn it down a little bit. Because we ain't trying to start no trouble. But I am trying to be in the bed by 11 now. All right, here we go. Over here a little bit more. I still got people popping in on my doggone thing while I'm playing. Don't know why they're doing it. The person that's gonna finish my video, all they gotta do is look and see if I'm finishing my video. But sometimes people puzzle me, but not tonight. People been puzzling me all day today, but not right now. I don't have no time. Ugh. Y'all hear that? Well, y'all can hear it. Now I would have a direct in, but I'm not in the studio for direct in. Hold on. Because people play these basses with picks too. Now I'm feeling myself. Now I want to do more. So now I gotta get another guitar cable. I'll be right back. I can't help it. Once I get started, now I just want to do my grab a guitar cable. And a guitar. A guitar cable. And a guitar. And maybe I'll bring my other basses out here too. I need my beer to really get started. Plug this in here. Here's what happens when you don't play your stuff enough. Paul Reed Smith joint. it's hot, now it's cold again, the instruments, the neck, the wood start to do different things. where to play that bass at. Because let me go grab the newest other bass. The new bass, hold on. That bass is a beast. It's a whole different bass right here. Thanks to New Jersey Guitar and Bass for one of my basses. The bongo bass. So that's it. Ooh, it's about to get nasty up in the joint. You don't want that. You don't want to get nasty up in here. Y'all play around with this bass. It's not like the Music Man. It's not like the Stingray. This bass is nothing like the Music Man. It's a different bass. It's a different bass. You plug in the Music Man, then it's like, oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Because the Music Man is coming to kick some butt. You gotta pick your setting. Pick a setting. Oh, man. Whole different bass. Whole different bass. know how you want to bang it. Now pick the setting. I like the middle. Totally different bass. Totally different bass with the Music Man. Alright? But then we get my New Jersey guitar and bass jazz. Oh, and the light come on, it's crazy. Different basses. And they all do different things. Like this, you know, you got different pickups. This is different preamp. You can really get that poppity spanky in that bad boy. That's the mid-range. The bass and the treble's already up. Turn the bass off. Turn the bass back up. It all depends on what you want to do with this bass. Every bass is different qualifications. That's that bass. Now, again, we're going to end with this bass compared to one of my fretless basses. And basically, we're not going to play anything. We're just going to mess around. Let's play something real simple. Nothing hard, nothing crazy. So as you see, not a lot of output from this bass at all. So that's off. It's got solo and rhythm. That's the solo, bass. Right? But again, this bass has no output. You probably won't run through a preamp. But then if I grab my fretless here, I didn't want to grab Big Mama. Big Mama's too big. So I just got this fretless because it's closer and it's right there. Hopefully you don't make a whole bunch of noise, which it always does. Because this is a hollow body, like that was supposed to be. Different thing. But this is a fretless bass. This is not a hollow body like that. But it's still the same thing. Turn down, just had the bass up. Turn a little bit more. bass down a little bit on that. So that's the fretless bass. This is the Godin A4 fretless. Can I do it? So the difference is when using this bass is going to require, this bass doesn't require that much power. When you're using the fretless bass, which you use this cable now, going into my little sub mixer up here, my little one-man show mixer, then see, you don't hear it. You can barely hear it. I have to pump this thing all the way up for you to even hear it. We can't hear it now because I don't have the pedal down. Because, all right, let me just pedal down a little bit. But it has its own sound of what it's on. You know what it does. It's not like it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be an 18 volt preamp bass. All the basses we heard today, all the basses we just heard have batteries in them. All of them. They all have batteries. The bongo bass, which is the orange one, the BMW Valencia Orange, that bass has 18 volts. The Music Man is 9 volt, and I think, right, and the Fender of Jazz is another 18 volts. 18 volts. This is no volts. See what I'm saying? Now I gotta learn how to adjust it, because right now, you know, and the bridge moves back and forth. So I like that, so you can adjust it on the fly. Now it's sounding better because I'm adjusting the bridge down here. I can just slide it, then move it, almost like a Gibson Les Paul type thing. You just adjust it, but not by fingers. You got to really adjust the Gibson Les Paul. And that's what this bass does. It's not loud. It's not supposed to be loud. It's supposed to be warm. And the reason I bought it is because I wanted a Gibson SG bass. And I never could find one for the price that I wanted. And most of the time it's like somewhere around $800 to $1,000. You know what I mean? And I really could never find one. And then this young man out in New York, I went to see his bass, and he had a Martin. He had a Martin EB4 bass, which was like a PJ bass. You know, PJ meaning, if you guys in the bass, you know what I mean. You got precision, and you had a jazz pickup back here. But it was like, man, that would be the doggone SG bass killer. It would be the EBO, EB4 killer. The other basses that Gibson made, EBO, EB2, EB4. Well, this is the EB4, but it was made by Martin. And Martin made that bass to probably go up against the Gibson SG and the EB series of basses. Just like this bass right here is an EB4 by Paul Reed Smith. Now, it's not made to go up against Gibson. This is a totally different bass. But that's what this bass is supposed to sound like. I'm thinking about updating and putting in the actual German, pots here instead of what's in there now, which is Chinese, I think. And the German pots are giving, I think, a little bit more output and a little bit more warmth. I'm not sure. I got to look into it. It's playing better now all by itself right now. But again, and it's quiet when you take out the cable. Whereas all the other basses, when you take the cable out, you got blank, blank, blank. This here's another one. This is 18 volts. This is by Paul Reed Smith. This is loud. No, and it's gone.
I'm sorry, but the camera lost its. Yeah, I mean, sorry, the camera lost. I plugged some power back into it, but it lost its power, y'all. Sorry about that. Thank y'all for stopping by. I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate the super chat, and hope to see you here. Heaven willing. Have a great night. See well. I'm out. Later.